Aquarius, hello my darlings, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of the 18th of July, or whenever you find it. Okay, thank you for being here. I'm going to pull a card from the Chakra Insight Oracle. I do apologise if I am still a little bit stuffed up. I did have 2 weeks off with the virus, but didn't want to leave it too much longer. I wanted to get back to you. Okay. So, my darlings, you have insight. The words on the card are understanding, awakening, awareness, and self-evaluation. Okay, Aquarius, lovely. And I'm going to be looking for a card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck as well. So this card, as well as a card from the traditional Rider-Waite, along with the chakra card, will indicate an overall theme or cards that we can sort of tie into the surrounding message. So let's just see what we've got from the Goddess. You have Siege or Sage, however you say that, apologies, and quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Would you have a look at that? I don't think we need to go any further. That's your message right there. Okay. Yeah, an invitation this week already coming through for you to take that time. Take that quiet time, contemplation time. Tap into a higher wisdom. Tap into an intuitive wisdom. Tap into a third eye, insightful wisdom. Okay, let's see what the traditional Rider-Waite has got for us. Okay, we have the King of Swords. Okay, interesting. All right. I feel like that King of Swords is not a traditional message with the King of Swords. I feel like the message that he's bringing through with these other two cards is that if you allow yourself that space and time, if you commit into that place of meditation, understanding yourself on a higher level, on a higher wisdom, that there's some kind of truth that may be dropped into you. So the king here is holding that sword of truth. So I feel like it may be a truth that you get to yourself about yourself. So that's the message that's coming through. So we'll see what else comes through with the rest of the reading. I am using the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. And as always, I've called in my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors who love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. The first card in here is the Justice card. Okay. We then have the King of Cups. We have the World card. All right. We have the Sun card. This is in the position of your health, and that's health in terms of body, mind, and soul, body, mind, and spirit. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay, my guides are asking me to read these two cards together in the same position. So we have the Queen of Swords with that Eight of Wands, and that's in the position of your relationships. Next card out will be having a look at career and finance for yourselves this week. King of Wands. You have some kick-ass cards here, my friends. Wow. The final card I'm going to be looking for is the energy that is going to take us out of the week. It's a card that indicates potentialities for the next week, for future, however long that may well be. And that period of time is often relating back to the messages of the surrounding cards and also relating to intuitive messages that come through as well. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what we've got. The Nine of Pentacles. All right. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, this is so exciting. You've got some amazing cards. Okay. So I'm going to stick with my initial thoughts on that invitation for you this week to really focus on tapping into that higher wisdom, tapping into that third eye, opening your third eye, tapping into that intuitive wisdom, that higher knowledge, higher self, finding this truth of sense of truth, sense of clarity, and again about yourself. I will, though, add in there that you do have the Queen of Swords in the position of your relationships and the Eight of Wands. So it may well be that for some of my Aquarians that there could be a perfect pairing here with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And it could be that that this coming together of energies may happen quite quickly. The Eight of Wands can also be some sort of communication. Obviously, the swords, the King and Queen of Swords are they're the epitome of communication. So it may well be that this coming together of these two energies happens very quickly and happens via some kind of communication. And I feel like that if this is the case, that King of Swords is sitting above the Queen of Swords, so I feel like it may be initiated by the more of the masculine energy in the pairing, more than the feminine energy of the pairing. But do take it how it resonates. And there is this idea, so the idea of this sword of truth, this sort of, the sword of truth is also leaning into the Justice card here a little bit as well. So even though I see this truth that's coming in is going to come in as a personal message for you, there is the Justice card that is coming in as your energy coming into the week. And so what this is telling me, this particular Justice card is really about working with karmic justice and dealing with karmic justice. So again, I feel like it could potentially be related to this King of Swords, to this meditative, contemplative, sort of deeper soul work that might be going on for you. So if there is a perfect pairing with this King and Queen of Swords, I feel like it's coming about because of this karmic justice that is coming in, and it's coming in because of the work that you are doing and have done on yourself to clear that karmic space, to allow this connection to have a better line of communication. Okay, so I almost feel like I want to put that Eight of Wands in the middle there and have that very easy flow of communication. So this idea of karmic justice, doing the work, allowing that relationship to move to almost even maybe potentially move to some kind of higher spiritual level itself in terms of a relationship, if it is relating to a relationship with any of my Aquarians. Yeah. Okay. The King of Cups is in the position of obstacles or challenges this week, blocks potentially. Not really a card that I would kind of be placing in that placement necessarily. I don't think it's really about obstacles or blocks for you this week. I actually don't feel like there's, and the reason I say that is I don't feel like you do have any blocks or obstacles this week. I feel like it's a pretty amazing week. The thing that is maybe coming through with that King of Cups in that position is to maybe just keep a check on your emotions. Okay, so this King of Cups, he's a pretty cool character, right? So he's emotionally mature. He's he's a very emotionally stable. He's a very compassionate, caring energy. but I feel like there could be a little bit of instability in terms of emotions this week with this cup, the King of Cups card in that obstacle or block card. And it may well be, if you are delving into this space where you're exploring a connection to your higher self, where you're connecting into maybe a space that you maybe not have or are not that comfortable connecting in with, if this is a new practice for you, it can sometimes bring up some emotions. So the advice that is coming through is just be gentle with yourself. You can see the expression on both of these faces. They're both extremely peaceful and gentle. So the advice that is coming through is be gentle with yourself in terms of emotions. If you're doing any of this work, if any truths do drop into you about yourself, it's about, if you're doing this work, when you're speaking to Source or God or Creator or whatever it is, whoever it is that you are connecting in with, or even if it's your higher self, what is good to do is to ask that any healing or any revelations, any information, messages, signs, etc., even any ascension work, any upgrades that are being done on you, maybe even through your dreams, through sleep, at any time really. But you can ask that they occur with ease and grace. Okay, you may have heard of people talk about healing crises, and a healing crisis can come about where we want to dive straight in to do this deep work and we jump in too quickly, 8 of Wands, and it can be too much. So it's important that we pace ourselves. It's important that we, the King of Queen and Swords, they're both cool, calculated, measured approaches to the way that they are, to the way that they are mastering their kingdoms, I guess. And so that is the sense that's coming through, is to kind of control and temper the pace of the work that you're doing, so that there's not this emotional overwhelm. So again, tapping into whatever it is that you're working through and asking that you can work through it with ease and grace. Okay, ease and grace. All right. I should say too, you do have 3 major arcanas. You've got the Justice card, the World, and the Sun. So it's a really big week for you energetically, okay? So the 3 major arcanas is telling me that there's some big shifts that are happening for you. Outside of that, you've got the King and Queen of Swords and the King of Cups and the King of Wands. So you've got 3 kings and a queen. So, high-level court cards. These are masters of their elements. Again, very strong cards to have in a reading. They're not your regular minor arcana. In terms of minor arcana, you've really only got the 8 of Wands. So, extremely powerful energies for you this week. If we look at that World card, it is sitting in the position of a surprise or a gift or a strength for you this week. Now, the World typically is about completions. It's about accomplishments, ending of cycles. It is the end of the Fool's journey, is the World card. But the message I am getting here is coming back to this meditative space, okay? So the fox on this card is, he's really in the zone. He's in the pocket in terms of the work that he's doing intuitively with that meditative space. So I don't feel like this is necessarily a typical message of a World card. I feel like it's come through as an indication and a reminder of the strength that you have and the ability that you have to get to this space of being really connected in and being able to open your heart space, being able to open that third eye. And, you know, I do feel like, even though, you know, we spoke before about, you know, instructions of ease and grace, I feel like you're not a novice in terms of this work. I feel like, you know, you're somebody who's been doing this work for a long time. It may well be just that someone needed that reminder of opening up that space, that healing work with ease and grace. I don't think it's for the majority. I think the majority of you are extremely well practiced at this kind of work of being able to tap into this intuitive wisdom, okay? The Sun card is sitting in the position of your health, and this is health in terms of physical, emotional, and spiritual health. So again, just a absolutely rocking card, a great, you know, the Sun is great anywhere in a reading, but obviously in terms of your health, you're going to be feeling extremely vibrant. You're going to be feeling full of joy and excitement and warmth and, you know, all those great energies of the Sun. You know, it is about energy. You're going to be feeling energetic. So, yeah, just a really beautiful energy. Not really much more I really need to say on that. The Knight of Wands is in the position of your career and finances this week. So again, you know, you are kind of, yeah, in all levels, you really are rocking it this week. So this King of Wands, you know, you can see how cool and confident he is. So it may well be that in terms of your career and finances, you're feeling extremely confident. You know who you are. You know your strengths. You know that you are, you have these great abilities to lead and to, you know, to, you have this, very passionate, adventurous side to you. You know that you're brave. You know that you can be a brave warrior. You know your strengths. And so this is all sitting in terms of your career and finances. So you're it's coming through that you really are in a good space in that place, I guess. The other thing that's coming through with this card, and I do speak about this card, if you've heard me speak about this card previously, is I just love his yellow suit, because that just screams to me of the solar plexus. You know, even with the Sun card there, that beautiful, the yellow of the Sun, and obviously the sand behind here. There's a lot of that idea of the solar plexus is that idea of knowing who you are. It's that sense of I am. It's that power and confidence of knowing who you are, standing in your truth, standing in your power. And in a really lovely way, he's sitting on a purple throne, or an indigo, you know, colored throne. So that's linking us back in here to this third eye insight, meditative kind of energy as well. So it's almost like it's coming full circle, like literally. Okay. The final card, the energy that is taking us out of the week and into future possibilities, into next week or beyond, is the Nine of Pentacles. So again, it's this idea of you I just keep wanting to use the word rock in it, and I don't really talk that way. So I don't know if we've got a musician or something, someone who likes to rock it out. I don't know. Maybe a geologist, you know, rocking out. But it's a word that's come up a number of times in this reading. So as I said, I don't talk like that. So, but the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is very secure in who they are, you know, similar to this King of Wands energy that we spoke of. It's someone who is extremely accomplished and capable and reliable and stable. It's somebody who, independent, fiercely independent as well. So, you know, even though I did say that this King of Swords and the Queen of Swords could be a perfect pairing, it's not, you know, that's probably the only thing that is leaning into any kind of romance this week. That Nine of Pentacles does kind of have a very much a single, independent energy. And if we look at these cards, you know, each of the cards have only got one character on them. And, you know, that King of Wands is, you know, he's sort of, it comes across as a very independent character as well. You know, the sun is here. She's shining on her own. So there is a little bit of this energy of being your own master. But yeah, that King of Swords, Queen of Swords, perfect pairing is coming into maybe just relating to a couple of my Aquarians that are watching, but the majority of the energy does feel like this is a space where you're working through some things on your own. You're figuring out who it is that you are on your own. Okay. My darlings, I think that's it. I do hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do like, share, and subscribe. I do look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you have a great one. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, my friends.